Yeah, buddy. So I just gotta. I feel like spirit's telling me to just like, it's like I want to like. There's a part of me that wants to like save people from pain, to my own and to their own detriment. And so it's like, I wake up feeling like, oh, I might have been a little too harsh on people and like this and that. And but then it's like, so I make the video, and I made a few videos before I made the one I posted today. I didn't upload them because I was just like, it's just, it wasn't hitting the market. And I realized it's because I'm trying to like coddle you guys. I mean, I'm trying to like, yeah, I'm trying to make up excuses to why it's okay for us. Not, I mean, not exactly excuses, but it's like, I'm trying to save you guys from the pain that you have to go through. Like we all have to go through. It's like nothing is going to change on this planet unless we make serious changes in all ways, man. All ways. Like we have a little bit of time now, but if we don't do something soon, like it's fucked. Like it's a fucked future. There is no future. It's a horrible future. It's a fucking future of us being enslaved by fucking evil fucking. You think things are bad now? They've just begun. Now they can begin to get better, or they can begin to continue to get worse. And if the more we continue to talk about ourselves, and see this, this message is largely for the spiritual community that is largely about self-improvement, which, I mean, after a point, it turns evil. Like there's only like that. You should only take that so far. And if you are improving yourself, then there's things that you can do to also help out the rest of the world. Like there's another thing too that people there's this impression or this fucking idea that you can only work on yourself, and as long as you're working on yourself, you can't work on other things or help other people out. And I think this is an idea that's, I mean, it's really ridiculous, but it's been one that's been largely fucking thrown out there, and I've heard it fired back at me multiple times. And so I mean, something that's out there. It's a very powerful stigma that I am going to work on eradicating, because it's a bunch of BS. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with me working on myself while I continue to help work on pollution, or work on starving kids, or work on corruption, or work on something else other than myself. There's so many things out there that need help, and yet we're still, and this is what kind of gets me going, and I think this is why I'm making this video right now, is that those of us that have come here to, I believe, help this reality out in a good way, are largely doing things just for ourselves, just working on healing ourselves or perpetuating our own good future, and not really doing much, if anything, to help out others. And that's the whole reason why we came here, was to help out others. Wasn't to my opinion, wasn't so much to help ourselves. And I think it's because of this that people don't want to talk about the starving kids. Like it's literally like it's a taboo subject. That's how I feel. Like every time, like, I feel like I'm a weirdo for speaking about starving children. But then yet you have all this information and all these people talking about semen retention, like manifesting your own reality, like tarot card readings. Like there's tons of channels all pretty much talking about, I mean, essentially the same subject, that are extremely popular, and it's all about essentially working on yourself, which isn't bad, but it does get bad when that's all you fucking do, because that's exactly what Satan does. That's what these fucking Satanists, these evil people, they spend a lot of time working on themselves to build up their own empire, to better, they heal themselves so that they can better fucking, hurt and control other people. Like, and I'm not saying that's what a lot of the good people are doing, but I'm just saying that I think a lot of this selfish, like just take care of yourself and not worry about anybody else, I think that mentality largely comes from the evil ones, not from the good ones. I mean, it has to, because it's more about selfishness. I mean, after you've made $100 million, like, do you really need to be making more money? Like, what's going to challenge you more? Like, you've already succeeded in that, significantly. Like, do you really need to challenge yourself by making more? Like, is that really even a challenge at that point? Or is it just something you continue to do because you know how to do it, and, it brings you money? And we live in a world that's driven by money, so, that's the thing to do these days. But it's like, I mean, you don't have to think that way. Like, you've allowed yourself to fall into that trap of that well of that fucking realm of living to where it's all just about you and making more money. But like, how happy are you? How well do you feel inside? How much love do you have for other people? Like, what's the connection that you have with other human beings? I mean, I know mine's not the best right now, but that's largely because I'm coming out of a few different fucking issues that I've had, and I'm making a lot of realizations of myself. But I actually, like, my immediate family, we're actually doing really good. So now that I think about it, like, and I'm talking about the heart and all these things and other people's relationships, like, my relationships are actually on the progressive side. Like, me and my brother have made serious strides, even just the past, I mean, yesterday we did something we haven't done in a very long time. So as I'm saying these things and I'm reflecting on myself as I'm speaking to the collective, I'm also realizing that I actually am making good strides in connections with the people in my family and in my life. And I'm being very careful about those whom I let back into my life, because of the way that we did things when I was younger, man. Like, I was not in the right state of mind at all. And I allowed way too much stuff to go past without speaking up for myself and standing up for what I knew was right. And a lot of pain suffered all over the place for myself and for others because of that. So it's just, I mean, so I gotta just continue what I'm doing. Just ask yourself, like, is there a point to where you become too obsessed with yourself, to a point to where it becomes selfish and even perhaps evil? Because I think that it's very true and it's very real, and it's happening at a fucking all over the place, more than people really want to imagine or think about. And it's again, that's part of this guise that it appears to be good, because yeah, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta make money. You gotta do all these things, right? To a point, yes. But when does that point become toxic? That's the question that I'm asking you guys. Sorry, I love y'all. Take care. Bye.